Hello, good morning, good afternoon, evening. This is August 2026 garden update. Summer garden. It is exploding. I've never had a garden this bountiful. I already harvested my corn, the sweet corn, put that in the freezer. What you're looking at is squash and corn and beans and sunflowers. Right here, this is one of 3 garden patches I have. And so that right there is all butternut squash, and on the one end is the what do you call it, zucchini. All this is zucchini. There's cucumbers on the fence, corn's in the back right there, with beans, bush beans, and pole beans. There's sunflowers growing right there. Okay. And this is Milo. Say hi. Milo, say hi. That's my husky. And there's my German Shepherd, Max. So there's a tomato, there's Roma tomatoes, sunflowers, corn, beans mixed in. Over here is corn, beans, the sunflowers. Should have put peas, but I didn't. One of the issues I'm dealing with right now, though, is, see, this is all dead. More than likely. You can see that hole. That's a gopher or a mole that killed that. I'm having problems with that. It's almost impossible to get rid of them. I have no idea what to do. I'm all out of ideas. Everything that everybody else suggested doesn't work. I don't know what to do. So that's there. These were supposed to be potatoes, but only 2 of them grew. That's the corn stalk that just randomly grew. I put onions in here. Don't know if they're going to grow. Some of them look like they're growing. More Roma tomatoes. 2 Brussels sprout plants. I might pull them out because I don't know what's worth it. There's another one growing there. That's let's see. That's an onion. That's a poor excuse for a compost pile. I mean, it does break down eventually, but nothing like anything you ever see, like people tell you how it's supposed to happen. But my process is just leave it there for a year, and I throw it in next year. So this is another one. That's some cactus. That variety's for eating. You eat the green one, little fresh ones. These ones, you cut them off, and you take off the thorns, and you eat them. Called nopales. So this is all growing very well, except for the stupid rodents that keep killing everything. My trash pile of tools. And then there's all the butternut squash. Some have been growing pretty well. There's some newer ones growing. There's a few other ones growing. If I can find the big one that was in here. Here he goes. So I wasn't doing a good job pollinating. It's only a couple of them grew, but the zucchinis have been taking off non-stop. I am literally drowning zucchinis. I have nothing but zucchinis. So, in case anybody didn't know how a zucchini is made, here's a lesson. This here is a male flower. How do you know? Because there's no fruit on the back end. This is a zucchini and the female. So you take this thing. Hold on a second. And you rip the the petals off. You take the male, insert into the female. Okay, for all everybody who's got boyfriend and girlfriends, you should already know this stuff, husbands and wives. Otherwise, you just learned how to make babies. So that's how you do it. And that's how you pollinate a new zucchini and new squash. These are pole beans. They need a longer pole because it just never stops growing. I try to get it to grab a hold of this. Hopefully that'll work. Here's another one. Something worked out. And then also sometimes what they do is they like to get a hold of the corn. They'll grab a hold of the corn and they grow up the corn stalks. That's the main reason why I grew the corn. And then that's the sunflowers. I made sure on all the patches I grew sunflowers somewhere in the back or we're out of the way so that everything else can grow up around them. But yeah, this is pretty much how it's been going. All this used to be corn, now it's all, what do you call it? Butternut squash. Check that out. And I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't even know when this is ready. To tell you the truth, I would love some tips. So this is my upper patch. This is the original. This is the first one. Funny story. My father-in-law, when he was alive, built this. And all I did was give him the idea and woke up the next day and he built it. The fence I installed. I installed the fence. These are potatoes, corn, beans, and it's poor excuse of a garden. These things never grow well on the hillside. Probably potatoes grow the best up here, and as well as maybe lettuce and cabbages seem to do better up here. And this is more gopher damage. This is all just corn, basically. There was some beans, but I already harvested them. There wasn't that many beans anyways. Some of them are still growing. This is another compost pile. Like I say, I don't do compost like everybody else because I don't know how, and I gave up. But I still attempt composting naturally by just simply putting on piles of material and dirt, and then at the end of the year, after the rains come, I then go through it, rotate it, and then I put it into the ground. So the amount of dirt you see here, just that extra dirt, that's what has all this plant material from composting like this. Really, it's not very well integrated, but it works. You can see things are still growing. But because it's on a hill, so I don't have an integration system, a sprinkler system or anything, watering it from one end to the other causes degradation of a distribution of water. So you end up with spindly suckers like this, and then big ones like this on the other end. So yeah, that's how it works. This is sweet corn right alongside some field corn. So I should harvest sweet corn. It should be ready. But as far as everything else goes, that's pretty much what's going on. And I'm pretty much got, they say, 1, 2, 3 garden patches, so I said. And the most notable thing is this is all on a hillside. And this is one thing I don't see anywhere on YouTube. No one talks about gardening on a hillside. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't know how to edit videos. I just talk and do crappy film because this is all I know. I don't have the time or the energy to consider this. So take it for what you see. All I do is retaining walls and repeat the process. There's a whole other patch right there. I want to put fruit trees, but that's a whole other investment. That's been me saving money forever. Hopefully one day it happens. Yeah, this is a 3-year. This was 3 years of me doing this, and with a lot of help from a lot of people. So this year's just scrap wood. All of this is just scrap wood and wood from the hardware store. Just piled up junk, leftovers. You know, all this is just scrap wood. All of it. Just more and more scrap wood, hardware wood, and yeah. How this is holding itself together, I do not know. Some of this stuff looks like it's gonna fall apart one day. This has already been replaced 3 times. These steps. These concrete steps are the most current version. If you notice, I put a stake in front of it, because if you don't, those just fall out from where they are. It's just the nature of it. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I just saw something and I just repeated the process and did this. It's very just like motley put together, and we just kept adding to it till we got a level platform. So it just goes on and everything. This here was actually about 4 feet deep, and we filled it in with dirt and debris. And over here was where the original set of stairs were, from down here, and then they went all the way up there. But they were like 12 feet long, and they weren't really well set up, and the mud would just flow over the top. So I got tired of it, and so we built that one at first, and then we took all the material that was here built for steps, wooden steps, which were those things, and then we used it to make first that, and then used it to make all that over there and build this wall over here. Now, you're not supposed to have dirt touching your wooden boards, but I have nothing else. I don't have the money or the time or the energy to be doing anything else. This is going to last as long as it's going to last. I don't know. So anyways, that's my garden, my Hillside Garden. Have a good day, good evening, good night, goodbye.